Are you thinking about making the move to Berkley, Michigan? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down some crucial pros and cons you need to keep in mind if you're considering making the move. Let's get to it. What's going on, everyone? Andrew McManaman here with Living in Michigan, and of course, your all-time favorite Michigan realtor, coming at you with a pros and cons video about Berkley, Michigan. For those of you that don't know the who, what, where, when about Berkley, here's a quick overview. Berkley is located just south of Birmingham and east of Farmington. Berkley covers 2.62 square miles and has a population of just over 15,000 people. And the city was incorporated back in 1932. Just to do something different here, I'll be starting off with the not so good things about living in Berkley, Michigan. Starting off with con number one, the downtown area. Berkley has a very small downtown area, which is at the intersection of 12 Mile and Coolidge. Yes, there's over 178 different shops, restaurants, forms of entertainment, etc. I'll link their downtown map in the description so you can give it a look. A lot of people think that since Royal Oak is essentially across the street, what is the point of having a downtown in Berkley when people could just go a few minutes down the road and utilize their downtown? And it's a fair question, but at the end of the day, I've always believed that a downtown area creates a better sense of community, which I'll talk more about with the pros and how this downtown area does just that. For those of you that live in Berkley or have passed through it, do you think it's a waste of space, or do you think it truly has a purpose for the small town? Let me know in the comments below. Con number two, the population density. Like I said before, Berkley isn't even 3 square miles with over 15,000 people, so the density is over 5,000 people per square mile. Most of the lots you'll notice are 0.1 to 0.15 acres, which is fairly tight. So when your neighbor sneezes, be sure to say bless you. It might just sound like the worst thing in the world, but there is a pro to this, to say the least, which I'll mention later. Moving on to con number three, and this is something a lot of people don't know, even some people in Berkley, is Berkley sits under an auxiliary air traffic holding pattern. And for those of you that don't know what a holding pattern is, it's essentially the flight path a plane has to take while they wait for the okay to land. This is also true for the areas of Royal Oak, Birmingham, and parts of Southfield as well. This isn't the end of the world, but if you hear plane traffic periodically throughout the day, then now you know. Others have theorized that this holding pattern is only when there's an abundance of flights happening, so it's almost an overflow holding pattern. Others say they hear some air traffic every couple hours or so. It's not house shaking by any means, just something worth noting. I'll link the online air traffic map in the description so you can familiarize yourself with the plane patterns in and out of the airports if you're curious. Now, on to the pros of living in Berkley, Michigan. Starting off with pro number one, we have the location. Like I mentioned earlier, the town is just a few short minutes from Royal Oak, 7 minutes from Birmingham, 20 minutes from Troy, 25 minutes from downtown Detroit, and 25 minutes from Novi. On top of that, it's just a few short mile commute to hop on I-696, I-75, and of course, being right off of Woodward Avenue gives you some opportunities for a better commute as well. The city of Berkley is very centrally located, like you can imagine, but doesn't fail to maintain the small town feel despite the city's convenience around it. Switching gears to pro number two, the community. Earlier when I mentioned how small the lots were, it has been known to give residents a better sense of community. Imagine in this day and age knowing your whole city on a first name basis. Wouldn't that be cool? That is like something I can guarantee people miss about the olden days. I've covered a lot of cities over the years, and one of the bigger complaints has to do with the lack of community involvement. A lot of these cities have amazing downtown areas, but no one is stepping up to the plate to start events and build that true sense of community. Well, Berkley is exactly the opposite. I read a comment from a current resident that said they couldn't help but observe how obsessively involved people are in the city. They said they joined a Berkley Facebook group when they moved into the area, and they ended up having to turn the notifications off because there was just so much going on in that group. It's community involvement like that that makes Berkley Day celebration, Berkley Cruise Fest Parade, which is part of the Woodward Cruise, and Berkley Art Bash all come to life in this little town, along with so many events and opportunities that I will link in the description as well. And last but not least, we have pro number three, the cost of living. Since Berkley is ranked number one for the best place to buy a home in the Detroit area, which takes into account key factors of location's housing market, including the home values, taxes, crime rates, and quality of local schools in an attempt to measure the quality and stability of an area's real estate market. The median household income, according to niche.com, is just over $86,000. The average sale price in Berkley as of May 2022 is just over $313,000, which is a 7.9% increase from a year ago. The cost of living in Berkley is 2% less than the national average. The city's housing expenses are also quite a bit lower than the national average. I'll provide this image from PayScale to give you an idea of the average cost. Just out of curiosity, how do these prices compare to yours? Comment your costs below. I hope these 3 pros and 3 cons were helpful for you. If they were, please give this video a big old thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and tap the little bell so you never miss out on an upload. I look forward to seeing everyone in the next one.